kwa sababu nyinyi ndio wadosi wangu pale ODM. Nataka mnipe amri. Mahali nimeshikilia. Niendelee hapo ama nibadilike?
Someone like Sifuna will not remain in ODM because already is conflicted. He is now selling the agenda of someone else. Why are you pretending? You cannot keep him in the party. He is gone.
Sasa tunasema ya kwamba chama cha ODM haiwezi kuingia kwa UDA. Kamwe, 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 kamwe.
Mimi ndio Sifuna. Na wengine wanatuambia tuandike mkataba ingine na UDA. Kama hawezi heshimu mkataba ambaye baba Raila Amolo Odinga mwenyewe amesaini, mnafikiri ataheshimu ile uhuru amesaini? Ataheshimu ile uhuru amesaini?
Kenyan politics is never boring. Just when you think the dust has settled, boom, another fire. The question is simple. Is Mbadi being used by Ruto to finish Sifuna politically inside ODM?
If someone does not want to agree with ODM policies, with the policies that spelled out by the party leader after convening Central Committee meeting, that person should be left to go, so that we can see how many people he's living with. Someone like Sifuna will not remain in ODM because already is conflicted. He is now selling the agenda of someone else. Why are you pretending? You cannot keep him in the party. He is gone. Allow him to go. When I was chairman of the party, and Babu wanted to behave like he's behaving, I made sure he left. I convened the disciplinary committee against him.
ODM without Raila Odinga actively calling shots is like a football without a referee. Everyone is playing, everyone is falling, and everyone thinks they are right. After Raila shook hands with Ruto and ODM entered this broad-based government story, the party split into two visible camps. Camp 1 says, let's work with Ruto, serikali ni serikali. Camp 2 says, hapana, hatukuumbwa kuwa flower girls wa serikali. Guess who is the loudest camp in the two? Edwin Sifuna.
Kasongo, kutokana na dhulma ya Kasongo, kama hamjui, viongozi ambao wamefika hapa Busia, Kasongo aliua vijana wengi sana. Hapa ambapo tumesimama. Na tunapouliza maswali, wanasema ati sisi ni waasi.
While some ODM leaders are attending state house luncheons, Sifuna is on TV saying ODM must not lose its soul. He questions why ODM leaders are in government without party structure approving. Why ODM looks like it's slowly being absorbed into Kenya Kwanza.
Nyinyi watu wa Busia pamoja na jeshi ya polisi ambayo iko hapa leo, mumehakikisha tumeingia hapa. Vijana wewe! Vijana ria!
In Kenya politics, the loudest whistleblower is always the first target. Now let's talk about Mbadi, former ODM insider, former minority leader, now the cabinet secretary for National Treasury under President Ruto. That move alone changed everything. Mbadi is no longer just ODM. He is now the government. So when Mbadi comes out and says Sifuna should leave ODM or be disciplined, that is not just a party talk. That is power talking, treasury talking, state power talking, system talking, and suddenly message becomes clear. If you don't support the broad-based government, there is no space for you.
Let nobody cheat you, and the SG is keeping documents of the party. That one we changed a long time ago. We created trustees. We sat down. Sifuna does not even know where the registration certificate of ODM is. He does not know. If he has seen him, let him take a photo of that certificate and put on WhatsApp. He can live with the people he will live with. But the party will remain cohesive. We need a cohesive outfit.
Now let's not be naive, fam. Ruto is a political chess grandmaster. He knows one thing. ODM is his biggest long-term threat. So what do? You don't fight ODM from outside. You enter ODM and rearrange furniture from inside. 1 is by appointing senior ODM figures to the government. 2, empowering those who support the corporation. 3 is isolating loud critics like Sifuna. And 4 is creating confusion. Who speaks for ODM? Mbadi calling for Sifuna exit does not exactly that. It weakens ODM voice. It divides the base. It turns internal disagreement into public welfare. And Ruto, he watches calmly.
You cannot keep him in the party. He is gone. Allow him to go. When I was chairman of the party, and Babu wanted to behave like he's behaving, I made sure he left. I convened this plenary committee against him as the SG. And by the way, let nobody cheat you. At the SG is keeping documents of the party. That one we changed a long time ago. We created trustees. We sat down. Sifuna does not even know where the registration certificate of ODM is. He does not know. If he has seen him, let him take a photo of that certificate and put on WhatsApp. He can live with the people he will live with. But the party will remain cohesive. We need a cohesive outfit. Not a party where the party leader says this, then another official says the other. Today they are in Busia, selling an agenda we don't know. They are saying Raila did not leave us in Broadway. Who took Mbadi to Broadway to government? Did they question him? And he died while we were in government. And he said that 2027, up to 2027, after 2027, hata bado tutaendelea kufanya kazi. That was Raila Odinga. But even if he did not say that, where do you want us to go? Let us assume Raila did not say that. Where do you want us to go? Do you want us to join Gachagua? Or do you want us to go with Matiang'i? Or do you want us to go with Kalonzo? As we will work with Ruto to 2027 and beyond. And 2032, some of us are ready to take over as the president of this country.
Let's call it what it is, because it is what it is. This is not about discipline. This is not about loyalty. This is about control. Sifuna represents a young generation, a radical opposition wing, a reminder of what ODM used to be. Mbadi represents institutional power, government comfort, political survival inside the system. Then these two visions cannot coexist peacefully. Someone must exit, and the system prefers the quiet ones, not the noisy truth tellers. So here's the real question. Is ODM still an opposition party? Or is it slowly becoming a political department inside the government? What do you think, fam? My people, is Sifuna defending ODM's soul, or is Mbadi protecting stability and access to power? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, because this is a movie that is just getting started.